But what I did this weekend is I watched whatever you want to call that All-Star game that the NBA did.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Absolutely
Can't wait
horrible.
to talk about this.
Yeah, it was like so little basketball, too much Kevin Hart,
Yes.
like too much other stuff going on. And it's funny, someone said this on Twitter, which I never thought before. They said, "How is Mr. Beast so popular? He's probably the least charismatic person on a microphone I've ever seen."
Yeah, was it halftime when they did the
Yeah.
100,000? That was boring.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I didn't get it. So I don't know. They just, it was funny. They almost made it worse than it had to be because two things. I think the new format worked. We were texting about it.
Yep,
40 points is probably too little.
it is.
I think even 60 wouldn't be bad.
60's good, and the format itself led to more competitive play.
Yeah, the second game, like they almost lost the OGs.
Yeah, and that was fun to watch. But it was just overall, there was so little basketball. How'd you feel about Draymond's comment with the Rising Stars?
I actually understand him,
Mm-hmm.
but I just think that like Chuck is also right in what Chuck said of like,
I loved Chuck's rebuttal
like
to that.
y'all messed up the game, so this is what's happening.
Yeah, it's the 2010 Stars' fault why we have to try all these crazy things.
Yeah. I agree with him. Because it's like it is kind of weird. Someone said this of like when you see them panning and it's going from like Kevin Durant to Zach Edey. Like love Zach Edey, but it's like you're like, what
You don't
game
belong here. Yeah,
what game are we watching right here? You know, is this really the All-Star game?
100%.
So that was a bit weird. But the Rising Stars team did almost win. So
No,
it's
they were
like,
hooping.
they served their purpose
They had
because
something to prove.
they were up in that game with like, a few points to go. So they served their purpose. We've been talking about how do people fix the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
People saying do East versus West again. Should the winning team get home court? I'm not for the winning team getting home court. I personally don't like that because I feel like it kind of devalues the regular season. And if you're a top team, it's like, what am I really playing for if home court's already decided in the finals? So there's that bit to it. But what I do think we want to see is a one-on-one tournament. And I think that there is something there in terms of fixing it because the unrivaled women's basketball league, they had a one-on-one tournament.
That was fun to watch.
That was very fun to watch. And what I thought about was, one, there were some big upsets that people didn't see coming. Like, I think that was...
Yeah, Breanna Stewart lost.
That was a crazy one. But even Jewel Lloyd losing in the second round too, like, big upsets as well. And then as well, like, you could include some non-All-Stars, and this would be the way to include them. Because there are some non-All-Stars that are good one-on-one players that maybe they're not an All-Star that year or the All-Star adjacent. Like this year, Kawhi was an All-Star. But you want to see Kawhi in a one-on-one tournament.
For sure.
Trae Young and Tyrese Maxey both almost didn't make it in the All-Star game. Trae Young eventually did. But those are two guys you want to see in the guard category.
Do you think that ego-wise that this current era of players are too fragile to lose?
I think some. I think there's some, but I think most of them are not, because I do think the ones we do really want to see, like I'll throw out kind of my early guys if we're making this a bracket of 12. Kevin Durant got to be in there. Kyrie Irving got to be in there. Steph Curry got to be in there. Those three guys I don't think will be too scared to go ahead to have anybody. So I think those are the main guys who be, if they go hard.
And it's the NBA, bro. Like the eighth man on the bench can beat the top starter any day one-on-one. Like it just depends on the night sometimes. Like if you put Emmanuel Quickly against Steph Curry.
Emmanuel Quickly gets the buckets.
Quick might beat him in a one-on-one. Yeah. Nobody said Quick is better, but Quick can beat him.
But I think that's probably how we protect it, is don't include players who are that far from the top.
Okay.
Even though Quick is still a good player, I don't mean to say that far like that. But like a Tyrese Maxey level, he's not an All-Star every year. He's been an All-Star before. If Steph Curry loses to Tyrese Maxey, that doesn't feel like it's as crazy. Emmanuel Quickly's not as much of a name to people where it's like, I never heard of Emmanuel Quickly until he beat Steph Curry.
Got you.
So you don't want to have that situation. But I want to see the big men go head to head. Like I want to see, Giannis versus Victor.
Pause.
Yeah. That's crazy to even pause that. Giannis versus Victor. I want to see them two go against each other.
Not the Giannis versus Victor. It was the big men going head to head.
Yeah, head to head. No, I know.
I'll delete all of that. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Giannis Victor.
Embiid, I think we can take him out of it. I just think like he hasn't earned the right to be in this.
Facts.
Like Embiid versus Jokic, everyone says that, but like take and beat out of it. Jokic versus Cat.
Yeah.
That seems like more of
D-Book, get D-Book in there.
Yeah, D-Book in there. Like, so I think there's something to this. The main thing I think is like,
what would the rules be for the one-on-one tournament? Are you going positions versus the same positions? What's the score? Are we doing ball back after bucket? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, make it, take it, ball back. I think similar to the women's rules.
You want to do make it, take it?
Yeah, 2-11. Because like it's about defense to me. Like when I played one-on-one, it's like Chuck always says, scoring is the easiest part of basketball.
True.
You know, defense is kind of like really where you see the difference between the guys. So it's like if you have someone who can only play one way and they can't guard no one, you're gonna have a tough time at one-on-one. Someone like a Kevin Durant, who plays both ways, Anthony Edwards, who plays both ways.
Somebody's gonna get shut out if they do make it, take it.
That's what happened with Breanna Stewart, basically.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's you want to see that because you want to see the guys actually fight. It's like if I'm only playing defense, I'm only playing offense. You know, I'm not gonna maybe sweat as much. But if I gotta, stop him to get the ball back, there's something there. But I think maybe we should have like 2 brackets. Like, maybe it's 24 players total.
You could do guards and wings, and then you could do forwards and bigs.
Yeah, like perimeter players versus front court players.
Yeah.
Because I think like Tatum and Brown you want to see in it.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler I want to see in this.
Yeah, but I don't want to see Tyrese Maxey versus Zach Edey.
Yeah, like Jimmy Butler versus Steph Curry is like, that's going to be a tough
I like that
matchup. So I like the 2 brackets. I don't think they'll actually do this though, if I'm being honest with you. I don't see it really happening.
Adam Silver, one thing I like about him, and I don't know your take on this, but I like the fact that he's at least trying. He does a little too much, 100%. And I think the NBA is too dipped into consumerism right now, and I don't like that. There's way too many ads. But in terms of him trying, he's trying. Like, he listens to the fans. Like, the All-Star game was trash this year, but it's been trash the last, 8 years. Like,
try something new.
Yeah, it hasn't been good since it was in Toronto, in my personal opinion.
And I think, if you think about things that have been added, like the challenges have been helpful in terms of challenging a play.
Yeah.
The play-in tournament.
Play-in tournament was a great idea for me.
The in-season tournament.
Yeah.
So I think his willingness to try is helpful here.
Yeah.
Who would be your number 1 pick in a tournament like this? Like, who would you have ranked number 1 like March Madness?
KD.
The same for me.
Yeah, that's unguardable.
Yeah.
Easy.
I think KD would almost be like the Drake in this category, where it's like whoever beats KD, people will rate the most. Even if you beat KD and then lose, if you beat KD in this tournament, everyone's about okay, like but KD has matchups that he struggles with because Ant gave KD the business.
Are you calling Drake a snake?
Let's see what you did there.
I don't know. I'm just joking.
You got bars, eh?
I'm trying, man.
Tatum gave KD the business.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
So KD has some tough matchups in there.
For sure.
I think the player that people want to see that I don't care to see is probably LeBron. Because LeBron doesn't have a bag like that.
And not at this point in his career, too.
Yeah,
would you want to see like a LeBron versus Wemby? Like just to see like the passing of the torch? Like I just want something they got to do something that like brings back like the rivalry aspect that like really makes them want to push each other.
I want stars versus stars. I see what you're getting at.
Yeah.
Wemby's crazy because he's 7'4".
Yeah.
But yeah, I do want stars versus
Wemby versus Giannis. That's
a decent one. Yeah, I like Wemby versus Giannis.
Because I think you want to make it competitive, but it's like I think the normal one, it's not passing the torch, but Kevin Durant versus LeBron would be the normal matchup. At this point in their careers, they're both still good.
Yeah.
But can LeBron couldn't guard Kevin Durant in 2017.
Yeah.
So, but even now, I don't know.
I think Adam Silver should at least look into it. I think a lot of fans have been clamoring for it. These are my fixes going into the new All-Star. You guys ready? Keep the 3-point shootout. Can't do nothing about it. Dunk contest, to me, is dead. We can't keep begging Mac McClung to come back. It's just what it is.
Yo.
Okay? Keep the skills competition. Keep the celebrity game.
Before you go on, what do you think about Josh saying he'll dunk next year? Giannis saying that. Zach said he might.
If I hear that in December, I'll believe it. Because we keep going through the same cycle.
Yeah, you're tired of being lied to.
I'm tired of it.
That's fair.
Ever since LeBron pump faked us, how many years ago? I'm tired of it. So if I hear it in December, let's rock with it. Let me continue now. The celebrity game, keep the celebrity game. It's a good look for the whole league, having celebrities pull up. That's fine. I have no issue with that. Now, the Sunday. Keep the tournament. cut the ads. I don't give a fuck about Mr. Beast. If you want to work with us in the future, that's fine. But in terms of the All-Star Weekend, I don't give a fuck about Mr. Beast, okay? No. That's it. So cut that whole 18-minute segment. I don't care that the TNT... I love the TNT guys, but I don't care in that moment that we have to do a send-off for them, okay? We could save that for after the broadcast, okay? There's always a 30-minute segment after. Let them do it after. Yeah. That's fine. Keep the tournament. Have a third-place game. It's not fair for the first team that loses on each side of the bracket to just sit down for the rest of the day. True. You played one 60-point game, now you're done? No, we're going to do a third-place game, and we're going to do a first versus second. Done. Okay? So the two losers can play, so at least I can see the other All-Stars.
I think they should do an actual tournament style, one step above what you're saying. Remember back in the day when you were tournaments and you play every team in your group, and then you go on
like a round robin.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm fine with that too.
Make it like a week long or something.
No, still make it same day.
Same day?
But it's just like 5-hour broadcast. But it's just actually more basketball going on. Still the short games, the 50 or 60 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's like you actually play every team first. Then there's another round. Then there's... Because I think the actual rivalry, quote unquote, in the All-Star game would be from playing a certain team twice.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe you play them originally at 2 and then you guys rematch at 6. And I feel like we would like more basketball. Because we were complaining basketball wasn't good. What's the only thing worse than that is getting less basketball.
Bro, so, it was like getting an album with too many snippets.
Yeah, more snippets than songs.
Yeah. I don't care about the snippets and the skits.
If you like that video or any other Mare Media video, please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and stay tuned if you want to see more.